Hello, I'm Billy. I'm back with
Aidan.
And 셰이니.
So for the second one, I want to hear how you think of Korean culture. So what I want to ask is like, while living in Korea, what kind of British things do you miss in Korea?
I'm starting to miss the food, actually.
British food?
Despite, not British food.
Okay.
Not British food.
Okay.
But the food that I eat when I'm in England is the food that I miss.
Like what exactly?
Like, obviously, because, like, as I said in the last video, I'm black, so I eat a lot of West Indian food. So that's a lot. That's what I miss the most.
What about you?
I'd say it's not Korea's fault. It's just the situation I'm in as an exchange student here. That, you know, you can't cook so well, so I miss really fresh vegetables. I miss really good lean meat.
I miss fruit.
Yeah.
Fruit?
Fruit is so expensive here.
Yeah. I'd say fruit.
What kind of like Korean things are you gonna miss when you are back in the UK?
The food,
Korean food?
definitely. Korean food and the whole 24-hour thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It does not
absolutely.
exist
Yeah,
in
I
England.
totally agree.
And,
Oh
you know,
my God.
private karaoke's,
Yeah.
hibing naengmyeon, and tamong soju. I'm just gonna miss it all. Makgeolli.
Oh, makgeolli.
You can have like Korean food in the UK, right?
It's super expensive.
It's like having fish and chips in Korea.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have the good stuff.
What about like karaoke or that's also expensive, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the UK, they tend to use the Chinese model, so it's a lot more about smoking, drinking, and so many more Chinese songs. Very old, you know, K-pop stuff.
So it's more like just drinking place and singing.
Yeah, drinking, singing, and it's for the Chinese.
Yeah.
We do have our native style of karaoke, which is being in a pub and singing in front of everyone, which is just isn't the same.
Yeah. But like karaoke, that word is Japanese, but why is it considered as like Chinese one?
Basically, in the UK, the karaokes which are like the Korean noraebang are more for the Chinese, so they're far more Chinese-esque in the style, in the food, in the song choices. I think it's just because there are far more Chinese people in the UK than Japanese people, so it's better for business to have
That's very true.
Chinese style karaoke.
Okay. You are now having like second semester, right? You just
Yeah.
finished second one.
Yeah.
Do you feel any difference between the first semester and the second semester?
I think I appreciate it more in second semester. It's like in first semester it was more like trying to experience everything, and second semester it was doing similar things, but I sort of had an appreciation. Like, wow, like oh, this is it kind of thing.
Like after seeing what?
It's just the way Korean people are and the way they live their life, and even just seeing the culture and the art. Especially in Seoul, you have traditional buildings mixed with really modern buildings and everything, so it's just, yeah, I just
Wow.
appreciate it.
It's your second visit to Korea, right? Is it the second
yes.
one, right? So do you
So, yeah.
see any differences between the first one and the second one?
There's a lot more foreigners, I noticed, actually. I came here 4 years ago, my first time in Korea, and of course in places like Insadong and, you know, Gwanghwamun, you're going to have the tourists, but I noticed this time there seems to be a lot more foreigners who are like assimilated into Korean culture, a lot more foreigners speaking Korean, and a lot of foreigners aspiring to get on like, you know, the TV shows and the talent competitions, and it's kind of bizarre how fast everything's changing, how quickly the country's like changing the atmosphere completely.
Yeah. But what is the most like surprising thing about Korean culture? Do you have any experience when you were really, really shocked while living in Korea?
Okay. I think the general what's the word?
Oh god.
인상.
Impression?
Bloody hell. The general impression of Western people have for Asian people is that they can be quite submissive and very polite, and then you can come to Korea and see how passionate the people are and how well they drink, and they have all these games when they're drinking and when they're going around and when they're cheering in sports games, and it's really impressed me when I came to Korea to see how much energy and strength the Korean people have, you know, women and men, so that was really nice to see.
But Britain is also famous for like binge drinking.
I know.
That's
like
a
drinking
totally
vodka.
different
It's more like a
culture,
sickness.
though.
Like in Korea, it's a culture and it's a
Yeah.
structure. But in the UK, it's a sickness. You know, in the UK, we have free healthcare, kind of. But you know, it's putting so much strain on our funds for that healthcare because billions and upon billions of British pounds are just going to helping people who were injured because they were drunks, like they jumped on a road or they tried to swim in the river or something stupid. So it's sad, really. Yeah, it's totally different. 셰이니's right, it's totally different.
Okay. So what about you? What surprised the most in Korea?
To be honest, it's exactly the same as Aidan. Like, we came here 2 years ago and we hung out. We went to a church with one of our friends. And churches in England, you just like kind of, like, I'm not religious, but I grew up going to church. And you just like read from the Bible or tell us like an anecdote of some kind. And then you like sing a couple of hymns. And so maybe it's because I was a child, I found it really boring. But when we came here and we went to church once, and the passion that they used, like we couldn't understand anything they were saying.
Wow.
But we just felt the passion. We was like sitting there like, wow, just the passion. People were crying and just like feeling everything. And so I think just as a whole, Koreans' passion towards everything is just amazing.
I think to learn about one culture, I think the best way to learn about it is like living there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like traveling can't really teach me culture itself, right?
You've got to like embarrass yourself. You've got to go out by yourself and really try and get involved and immerse yourself. Just kind of meet the native people is the best way to do it, I think.
It's fair enough traveling, but when you travel, you just see tourists, the tourist side.
With the foreigners.
With the other foreigners.
True.
So to really get to know a culture, you have to put yourself, by yourself, into that culture.
So we've been talking about British people's perspective on Korean culture and British culture. So I'll come back with the next one and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!